Thankfully, things pick up again in A Tale of Two Robots.
This one was directed by Hiroyuki Kitakubo. Now this guy I do know because he directed several high-quality OAVs, including Black Magic M66, Rujin Z, which was also produced by Otomo, and my personal favorite, Golden Boy. The segment opens with a bunch of people running scared. What are these people running from?
They're not! They're running to the world's toughest competition in town!
Brandon, we're not reviewing MXC.
Sorry.
Destroy! Destroy! Our fate is in our hands, my beautiful automaton, my barking doll, my Tinkerbell. Nothing is impossible for a genius such as I.
I will woo the world with my questionably bad accent.
But luckily, the kids next door have assembled to counter Dr. Wily's plan to destroy Japan. We have our brave hero, the boy genius, the loner, the fat guy, and the girl. There's your Voltron pilots right there, dudes and dudettes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pacific Rim, circa 1860. What are you giggling at?
Oh, you think that's crazy? Just wait until you hear the Streamline Pictures dub of this segment.
You ready?
Sure, but I don't think this machine was built to defend anyone's honor.
She's right. This machine was built for the parade.
That's our point, you nitwit.
What's going on here?
The bastard hit us, that's what.
Just what the hell is going on here?
I just answered that question.
Jeez, and I thought Fred the movie was racist when it came to making fun of Asians.
Well, that's Streamline Pictures for you. Look at me, brain the size of Mount Fuji, and they ask me to pilot a robot. Do you feel satisfied? Because I don't.
Dr. Weisenheimer decides to leave the cockpit and clambers up towards the shoulder cannon. This gives the kids a good glimpse of him.
A foreigner? My God! He may want to open trade relations with us to help strengthen our economy! We can't let that happen now, can we? And then the villain starts monologuing.
I am the brilliant scientist, John Jack Fulkerson III.
I am mad scientist, United States, Earth, and invade.
Basically, he tells the kids to get the hell out of his way or he'll cause even more destruction. He fires off a round from the cannon, but misses completely. The kids counter with their own cannon, which they modified from a firework launcher, and fire away!
Oh no, a brick wall! No mental powers could ever penetrate a power of this magnitude!
Seeing as how they'll be unable to penetrate the unbreakable armor of a brick wall, they decide to devise a new strategy.
But I thought people die when they get killed.
It no matter. We must do this for great justice. Our plan is great.
They land a direct hit, and while it doesn't kill Dr. Wily, it knocks out all his cannonballs, causing a chain of explosions that severely damage the Wicker Bot.
The rest of the segment is them fighting with some really funny set pieces, like Dr. Wily resorting to bike power when his robot runs out of gas, and the kids next door having to burn the floorboards to power theirs when they run out of coal.
The kids next door have the Wicker Bot in an armhold and get ready to finish it off.
The segment ends with them looking out at a Japanese sunset, reflecting on the fierce battle.
勝った
なんかうやむやだね。
そうだね
でもよくやったね。
You destroy countless buildings, do millions of yen in property damage, and ruin numerous family lives. Good job.
Wow, wow, wow.
But hey, they defeated Dr. Wily. Or did they?
Not seen the last of me. Just think, next time you will see my electric self-propelled artillery. Nothing is impossible for a genius such as
I just hope I can find someone to take me back home.
I gotta say, upon rewatching this segment is hysterical. Hiroyuki Kitakubo just takes the ideas of giant robots in feudal Japan and runs with it. The characters have a ton of personality to them, the mecha designs are nothing short of creative, and it all ends with a lovingly anticlimactic punchline.
This is definitely my favorite segment in the movie. The characters are all funny, and the fight scene between the two robots is awesome and fun to watch. In a way, it's sort of like a precursor to One Piece, but rather than using ships, they use giant walking Stephenson's rockets. Our final segment is called Nightmare.
Directed by Takashi Nakamura, who has directed several unique things like Gold Lighton, A Tree of Palm, Catnapped, and Fantastic Children, which I hope to review down the line.
Our anime begins with shots of the city, and this guy, who I think is the Red Man from Dead Man Wonderland.
It then cuts to a quiet, peaceful night.
With the moon shining bright, giving not a hint of the nightmare in store. And that nightmare is...
Oh god, it's Belgel from Odin! He's here to bore us with long drawn-out scenes that serve no purpose!
You mean like The Hobbit?
Maybe.
The giant robot demon thing shoots lightning from its hands, causing cables and mechanical structures to rise from the ground. He also summons a robotic skull kid from Majora's Mask, who goes around summoning zombie robots from various metal structures. In the middle of it all, we see Richard Hammond, who's dozed off in an alleyway, only to wake up and witness this madness.
Richard Hammond picks up a red Vespa in an attempt to drive away, but the Skull Kid catches him and gives chase. He gets away from the Skull Kid, but drives right into this heavy metal nightmare.
You know, Robot Hell looks a lot more pleasant here. We've got robots dancing, and we've got...
Yeah. That just happened.
Yeah, a group of robots get squashed by Mr. Psycho's hammer and then transform into a giant zombie robot chicken with chicken breasts.
So yeah, Richard Hammond continues to run away, but finds himself at a dead end. He turns around, only to be confronted by the Skull Kid again. You know, I don't get what this Skull Kid's deal is. Is he trying to save the guy, or trying to lure him into Robot Hell?
Beats me. Anyway, Richard Hammond rides into Robot Hell and spends the rest of the segment being tormented by several set pieces.
And then the sun comes up and that's it. Robot Hell is gone, Richard Hammond breathes a sigh of relief and tries to get away, only to discover that he's stranded high up on some mechanical debris. I guess he wound up in Robot Purgatory?
Yeah. I have no idea what happened in this segment, but I liked it. The visuals are trippy and definitely live up to the title's name of being gothic and nightmarish. The music helps to create a spooky, unsettling atmosphere, and while the ending is cliche, it works.
Ditto there, dude.
And so the movie ends with the robot carnival rolling through the Sahara Desert after no doubt killing hundreds of innocent people. After the credits roll, we learn what can truly stop a robot holocaust.
Damn it! A simple sand dune? My one weakness!
Damn you, sand! We also get a stinger at the end of the movie. Some survivors of the robot carnival genocide discover an orb out in the desert.
You know, this scene looks kind of familiar.
They take it home only to see that it contains a dancing doll inside, and they marvel at the display as it shines and...
And that's how all the Who's down in Whoville became extinct.
Well, that's one way to end a movie.
So, you want to give your final thoughts?
Yes. Let's give our final thoughts.
This movie is really weird, and oftentimes confusing, but once you put your mind into each of the segments, it's actually quite fascinating. The animation's great, the characters are intriguing, awesome action, and a killer soundtrack. Although there are a couple segments that fall completely flat, there is still enough material here that is still worth watching.
As a roboteer and an animation enthusiast, I really do think this is a good movie. And if you're a fan of robots or animation in general, I'd recommend it to you guys as well. Hardcore hit for Robot Carnival.
Robot Carnival is a film that has something for everyone. There's action, there's romance, there's drama, there's comedy, and while some segments are better than others, the overall product is fantastic and is highly recommended on my behalf. The movie was released by Streamline Pictures on VHS, which has long since gone out of print and commands insane prices on the secondhand market. At this point, the only real place you can watch it is on fan subs. I don't condone the use of fan subs, but this is one of few cases where I'll say, sure, go on ahead. Although given that companies like Discotech, Right Stuff, and Made in Japan are picking up older, more obscure titles, there may be hope for this gem to get a re-release.
Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Say, Nate, how about you and I head down to the arcade and check out some of the game machines they got going down there? I hear they've got free pinball.
Did you just say free pinball?
That's right.
I'm Otaku Nate, signing off and saying, free pinball!
And, I'm the hardcore kid saying, peace out.
Well, there's our bloopers for this review.
Dude, this is so deep. I am taking selfies to the next level. And I don't take no selfies, no sir-ee. I have other people do it for me. There's your stinger right there.